weeks, and I don't think I'm coming back here tomorrow. Like, I'm done. It's crazy. Hello besties, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Stels. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Stels. I'm a Canadian immigrant. I'm a Nigerian immigrant based here in Canada. I stay in Waterloo, Ontario, Canada, and I give tips on finance, lifestyle, how to settle in as a new immigrant, your day-to-day runnings as a new immigrant, the things you need to know as a new immigrant, because I'm a new immigrant, you get me? Okay, guys, I'm sure from the snippet you saw from the beginning of this video, I quit my job. I just had to, guys. It's not as if because I had an option, but because it was too stressful. Like coming from Nigeria, where I'm used to stress, if I should say that myself, because I did a video of a day of a life of a Nigerian Lagos banker, and you can see when I wake up in the morning, and you can see when I get back home at night. Having that mindset from Nigeria, I did not want to involve myself in a kind of job that would keep me that long from my family every day. I did not want to involve myself in a kind of job that would make me, so stressed out that I would be so tired I can't do anything when I get home, or it's always like that continuously for every day. So I said to myself, getting here, fine, we are here to grind, we are here to hustle and get the money and get the paper, the moolah and everything. But I wouldn't, beat myself to the bone like that. So that interview I went for, which I carried you guys along, was for a sales. Okay, we're told that we're going to be account executives for certain companies, because what they do is advertising, branding, sales and marketing. So we're told that we're going to be account executives. You're going to be the one maintaining the accounts for these companies, and that's what the whole job description was all about. Unknowing to us, we're going to be sales rep. I'm not bashing any sales rep person, but I've done marketing in bank, and I was more like a sales rep in a bank, to be honest, because I was more like, we're always going to the field to look for accounts. We went to universities, we went to schools. So it's not something I'm ashamed of. Being a sales rep is a job, but this is a different kind of sales rep. In fact, this kind of sales rep, I would have preferred doing my banking sales rep than this kind of sales rep, guys. So the account I was supposed to manage was one of the biggest retail stores in Canada here, and the way it works is they have a credit card, which is like a points card, and you're supposed to market it, because a lot of their customers don't use the points card, the credit card. They just buy cash or use their main credit card, purchase and leave. So they have different stores. They have gas plants. They have retail stores where they sell a lot of retail items, both homeware, cookware, everything. They have that. They have hotels and motels. So they have a lot of businesses that you can actually use. You can use the points card to patronize. So even if you pick the points card, you can use it at a gas station, and the more you use it at the various points of sale, the more you get points on the card. Just like your rewards card that you get from your Jendol or this, and at the end of the year, you can use the points there to purchase something else. So that's the way this one is also run. I said, okay. That's what we're told on onboarding. We're not told this one during the interview. That's what we're told onboarding. So I said, okay, no wahala now. Since it's credit card and I'm from the banking industry, so it's just to know the percentage, just to know the things you have. So the drill is, we'll go to the office, we'll resume at the office. From the office, we will now be told to go to our various, clients' offices to, in other words, sell the product. So which was not a bad idea. So I got to, cacked up now, dressed up, looking good, wore my, that corporate boots I bought from Valley Village, if you can remember the video. And I went there. I resumed very early. I got there. That was the first day. And I went to one of the stores there in Kitchener, which was not a bad idea, because it was not so far from the main office. But you have to transport yourself there. So you transport yourself to work. They also transport yourself to the location, your client's place. So I got there, and I learned because you have to say exactly the way it is. They have a, customer care, they call it call flow. Now they have a like a flow of conversations that you need to have with the customer. It's very robotic. You cannot twist it and say you want to change the words. I can't say it because if I say it, you know where the company is or what the company does. But it's just there's a way you have to talk to the customer. If you don't talk to the customer that way, you lose points. That's it. You lose points. So, and it's very robotic. You have to memorize it. So I just, I'm very good at cramming, guys. My day one guys. So I had to cram everything, and it was difficult passing it across. I knew what to say, but with time, practice, I began. In fact, I think I sold 3 credit cards that day, but the third one didn't was not approved, so it was still under my pending. So the way it works is until it gets approved and the customer makes a purchase with the credit card, that is when it counts that you've done something for that day. So, and getting it approved is not your doing. They have to, view the credit history of the customer. If the customer can repay, and all of that before, even if you've sold the product and the customer wants to purchase, if they don't approve it, all those talk that you've been saying in the past is a wasted talk. So I said, okay, no problem. So the first day was rough, trying to get the whole thing. But I just realized that I was standing all through. Like when it was around 1 o'clock, I said, oh, I had to change my boots. In fact, my shoe was even kind of comfortable because I don't really wear heels since I had my baby. But it was still, because it wasn't the kind of standing shoe, I still felt uncomfortable. But the girl that resumed together, the Indian girl that resumed together, the girl was in pains. She was on heels and she was in pain. So I decided to go with her to Ardeen. There's a store called Ardeen close to the place, and they were on sale. So she had to buy a boot. I had to buy a boot so because I had to get a comfortable boot because, man, I think I'll put a snippet of that boot somewhere. I cannot deal. I cannot just break my leg on top work. So we were standing, and it was just 1 hour at the office. So from 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock, we were at the office. And from 10 o'clock, we got to the location around 10:05, and we had to finish around 5:30. So imagine standing all through. And it's not as if there's a break. If you want to eat, like, you just take some minutes of quickly eat and come back. But you also know that you don't want to eat for long, because you don't know that if maybe when you're eating, that's why the customer that will want to purchase the credit card will come in. So you use sense and quickly eat. So I was like, this is hustle. So anyways, the first day was not so bad, but the second day was horrible. Like, I was thinking I was going to resume at that same location because it wasn't so far from the office. I was taken to 2 cities away from my city, guys. I was taken to Cambridge. Like, I had to take 3 buses to get there to the location. From after getting to the office in the morning, from there I had to take 3 buses to the location. Then coming back home was like 3 buses and a train. I was like, never in my life. I think I got home around 9 o'clock that day. Is this my phone? Yeah. I think I got home around 9 o'clock that day, and I said, no. You see, this is where I draw the line. Because this suffer that I'm about to suffer, I have been suffering it in Nigeria, waking up 4 o'clock, leaving the house, stress, jumping bus and all that, doing the same thing. I cannot come and do it here. No, 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 no. So I just, decided to ride with it for a while, and I decided to quit. I decided to quit immediately. I got my equipment for the customer service job. I told you I had another customer service job, which my friend Emeka, shout out to you, referred me to. So I just quit that one, and I started the customer service job. It's better for me because, although I'm the kind of outgoing person, but it's better for me because now at least I can oversee the runnings of my baby, going to daycare, coming back, at least, even if it's not as if now he has started daycare, so at least I still can oversee him, the preparation and all, because then it was very hard working there, trying to make breakfast, trying to dress him or bathe him. Yeah, my spouse is helping and all that, but as the mom now, you want to be hands-on with things like that. So that's the gist, guys. I had to quit that sales job because I'm like calculating the transport fare to the office, calculating the transport fare to the location, and the standing. I was hungry all through, because where will you microwave your food? You have to go and buy food somewhere because it's a retail store. Where would and their lunchroom, no microwave there, nothing. So most of the staff there used to buy the hamburger they sell in front of it. Was like a me hamburger. Hey, when I have rice. So the first day, the food I took to the office, I could not even eat it. The second day, I didn't even bother taking food anymore. I just took bread and Nutella. So that's about that. It's, you know, I just want to give I just want to give tips to people that land. I'm not saying be picky about the jobs you do. I just want to say that be careful, because I know some people who do this kind of job and still be having another side hustle. In fact, I've heard of someone who does two jobs like this, and I'm like, there was a story of someone that broke down. Is a Nigerian. I think somewhere the same month we landed in February. A friend was telling me on one of our group chats that the guy was just walking on the road and he just fell down, collapsed, and died. Like, nobody wants to fall a victim to the cold hands of death like that. But even if, no matter how much we want to make this money, we have to also prioritize our health. Imagine standing from morning till evening, not eating, doing it constantly every day. And it was even when I got started the job, I was told that it is Mondays to Saturdays. I did not sign for a 6 day 6 day 6 working week job. I signed for a 5 working week job, 5 working days job, and I was told that Saturdays are compulsory. That when they call you to work on Saturdays, you have to work on Saturdays. If you don't want to work on Saturdays, you have to do Tuesdays, Sunday. I'm like, I don't, as you don't, if you don't want to work on Saturday, you have to work on Sunday. And I'm like, I don't understand. For how much? How much is this money actually? How much is this money actually that I would kill myself over and over for Sunday bit? Another bit that I was not comfortable is the fact that they can move you, because the client has so many stores, so you are not designated to one store. You can be in Cambridge today, tomorrow they'll say, oh, they need somebody in Halifax. You go to Halifax, which is like, a different total. Like, you need somebody in St. Catharines, you go to St. Catharines. They need somebody in Niagara, because it's still within Ontario, you go to Niagara. I was like, hey, me that have a toddler, so maybe it's good for all these single people that can afford to leave the house at any time and come back anytime, but I cannot do that. Then, aside from even the fact that it's not a constant location, we're also told that there's something they call what they call it, uh road trips. Okay, so they also have road trips. So you can decide to, and the road trips may not return that day. I was like, eh. So I will just go to work in the morning. I'll not know that I'm not coming back home that day. I was like, no. So they said they have road trips. They moved, like there was someone that did a road trip, um, and the person came back, I think 2 days after or something like that. I can't even tell. So I said no, it's not for me. It's not for me. Yeah, the pay is okay. At least it's above minimum wage, and um, even the customer care job, they are still like almost a par. But I'm like, no, I'd rather stay at home, do that the customer service job, and not pay transport, not worry about standing on my feet for. Although this one I'm sitting for long, but at least I can still stand up, stretch, and sit down a bit. Because yeah, I said no. I weighed my options and I said, Idea, let's use this one. Let's do this one. So the customer service one has been okay, to be honest. Like, although customers can complain, like they can complain, guys. I worked in customer service in a bank before, and yeah, there are some customers that when they want to Yahweh, they will Yahweh. While there are some that when at least when they see your composition and see how you're trying to help them, they would simmer down. But these ones, they don't have no chills. Like, there are some that once they even hear your accent, I don't think my accent is that bad. I know I have during my training I met a Ghanaian lady, Rwanda people, and there's a kind of their African accent is kind of conk. But me, I know they speak funny like that, but there's one that said, I don't want to speak to you. Don't you have someone that can understand me? I said, I can understand you. She was like, no, you speak English. Oh boy. So it's not it's I was actually told at the orientation that 95% of my calls will be complaints, 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 complaints. So I already bought it in mind. I said, okay, my own is just to make them, and it's not as if I'm actually giving them solution to their problems, because we're like we're still going to refer them. So we are like the, how will I put it? First first point of contact. Yeah. So most of their aggravations are usually above us. So the thing is just to make them calm down, ease their tension, you know. tell them that we're going to forward their complaints to the appropriate departments. That's basically my job. Then the little things that we can help them solve, one or two, we can now decide to, that's one that is not senior management decision. We can now decide to do. So yeah, it's been fun. Is it fun? It's just that sometimes I just keep checking the time. But above all, it's been okay. I'll let you go. I'll let you know how it goes as time goes on, okay? So yeah. See you in the next one. I mean, your girl Stelz.